Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Ash Instructs video. Today we're going to be focusing on the basics of HTML. This is video 1 of the HTML series where we will go further into detail about HTML and including different things like JavaScript and CSS. Alright, let's get started with the basics of HTML. The first thing we're going to do is to declare our HTML file, and we can just do so by something like this. So it's just exclamation mark doc type HTML, and what this does is just essentially declares the HTML file. It's not really useful to us right now, but what's after this is where the good things come into place. Alright, so notice how I said the doc type HTML tag. So what these tags are essentially is this. So tags are symbolized by these greater and less than signs, like so. Now whatever is inside of these tags is what the tag name is going to be. These can be tag names such as an HTML tag, or a header tag, or a body tag. These tags help us keep our code structured, and it symbolizes whatever's in between those two tags is going to symbolize. And I know this may sound a little bit confusing right now, but as we move into our code and actually run and open the files, we will see what this code actually does. Alright, so if we go back to our basics of HTML file, what we can do is start with our opening tag. And our opening tag is going to be our HTML tag. And this can be done like so, with an opening, with the greater than symbol, HTML, closing. And as you can see with my special IDE, it automatically gives me my closing tag. Now, what is a closing tag? Well, a closing tag is essentially the same thing. However, before we write whatever tag it is, we just include a little /. What this / signifies is that, okay, we have opened a tag, and now we have closed a tag. We don't want to leave a tag open, right? So we want to always close a tag. All right, so now that we have our HTML tag opened, what we can do is we can do enter, and as you can see, it gives me a little indent. And that's what this does is essentially it just structures our code so it looks nice, and you can see everything structured and laid out nicely. All right, our next two tags is going to be the head tag and the body tag. And what I can do is I can just type in head and press enter, and like so. Okay, and what this will do is it will automatically give you my opening and closing tag if you're using a special IDE like mine. So once again, just notice how I get the opening tag with no / and the closing tag with a /. Alright, so now that I have this head tag open, I'm just going to create another tag called body, and I will explain what this body tag will signify later. Alright, so what we're going to include in this head tag is just one tag for now. Later in the series, I will obviously include different tags, such as links to different things and to put a logo for our page, stuff like that. But for today, all we're going to do is we're going to include a title tag, okay? A title tag, like so. And inside of this title tag is what my page name is going to be. So just like here, if you can see the file name like this is what the page name is going to be if I open it in my browser like Chrome or Firefox. So my page name is going to be my first website. Okay, so now that we have signified this, we can move on to our body tag. Now our body tag is going to include two things for today. It's going to include our header tag. So notice how I said header and not head. So our header tag and our paragraph tag. Now our header tag and our paragraph tags look like so. Our header tag for today is going to look like this. So it's going to be an H1 tag, and I'll explain what H1 means later in this video. And our paragraph tag is going to look like so. So as you can see, this is our header tag and this is your paragraph tag. Now notice how my paragraph tag only starts with a P. However, my header tag starts with an H1, right? So our H1 is, so we have a couple headers in HTML. I think we have from H1 to around H6 or so. And what this does, H1 is the boldest and the biggest type of font, I guess you could say, for our headers. And then as it goes slower, as it grows in size, like H1, H2, H3, it just becomes lower in size and boldness, I guess you could say. So for today's video, we're just going to use the H1 tag like so. I'm going to press enter just to make our code structured nicely. Now our header for today's video is just going to be welcome to my website, like so. And our paragraph tag is going to just be done like this. So just an opening tag and a closing tag. I'm just going to enter to make my code structured nicely. My code tag is going to be hey there, it's nice to see you. Like so. Now just to quickly recap of what we did so far, so we just had our first tag with the exclamation mark doc type HTML tag, which doesn't really necessarily mean too much to us right now. However, what comes after that is where the good stuff comes in, right? So we declare our HTML tag first, and then we include 2 tags within our HTML tag, so our head tag and our body tag. And within our head tag, we have a title tag, which is going to be essentially our page name. So our page name is my first website. And then we move on to our body tag, which is going to include our header tag and our paragraph tag. And a good way to look at this is like a burger, right? So the HTML tags in the top and bottom, this is like the buns of a burger, right? And then what this header and body tag can be is like our sauces, right? So we can spread our mayonnaise on the first bun, on the top bun, and then our ketchup on the second bun, or whatever sauce you prefer. And so this will be stuck to this bun, and this will be stuck to this bun. And then whatever is inside that is our ingredients, right? So our patty, our lettuce, our tomatoes, stuff like that. So that's a good way to think of it, and how I like to think of it. Right, so if we open our file and we want to see, okay, so we wrote this code. Now, what did this code actually do, right? So a great way to look at it. So if I can run my file, so notice how there's not a play button right here like Python. What we want to do is we want to actually open the file within our desktop. So I just have my file saved on my desktop right here, and if I open the file, it will open within Chrome. And this is a good lesson for me to teach you really quickly. Notice how my page is completely blank, right? It just says basics of HTML.html. So it's just completely blank. And the reason is because I actually didn't save my file. So this is a good learning point. Always remember, before you run or open your file, you want to quickly save your file. And a great way to do that is just to go to File, and then you can just say Save. Or if you're on Mac, you can do Command S. Or if you're on Mac or Windows, you can do Control S. All right. So now I should be able to go to my Chrome browser. And if I just quickly press refresh, you can see how all my code comes into play. So as you can see, this is my page name. So this is where that title tag comes into play. As you can see, it's called my first website. As you can see, it gives me my header. As you can see, it's quite bold and bigger than the paragraph tag. And so my header tag just says, welcome to my website. And then my paragraph there says, hey there, it's nice to see you. Alright folks, so this is the basics of HTML. As you can see, with that little code, I can make something quite cool like this. However, further in this series, we can go to further stuff like including CSS, learning how to make our website actually visually appealing, and actually making our website public. Alright, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more HTML videos in this series, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much.